Welcome to another Kearys car store video, and in this one we're going to look at three relatives. Let's call them three cousins of the same car. We have a Golf R, very high performance four-wheel drive, a Skoda RS, not VRS, it's RS, just so everybody knows. This is a diesel one, and then a GTD, which is a Golf as well, which is very relatable. It's kind of confusing, but you're going to find out more right now.
Use your head and finger at Carstore.ie. Find us in Cork and Dublin.
So we're going to start this off with the Golf R, which is the highest performance, highest power engined car we have here. This is a four-wheel drive, anywhere between 290 and 300 horsepower on a 6-speed manual. These are proper performance cars, but in the shape of a Golf that you can use every day. Okay, so first things first, let's have a good look around on the inside of a Golf R. So look, you get lots of stuff in here. It is a Volkswagen Golf 7. Let's just see what kind of stuff you get inside. These lovely steering wheel with a T bottom on it as well. They're all very nice and distinctive. 6-speed manual box. There's so much going on inside a Golf R. Let's get into it.
The formula for the Golf R changed little from the previous R models. It's still a 2-litre 4-cylinder turbo engine up front, 4-wheel drive, and then a choice of manual or dual clutch automatic gearboxes. The look remained pretty much the same too, a Golf with some big wheels, stretched intakes and 4 exhausts this time instead of 2 from previous models. VW turned out a car that wasn't just faster, it makes better noises and it's more agile than the Golf GTI version. I would have this over its first cousin, the S3 as well. The Golf R won multiple awards as a hot hatch of the year in 2014 and 15 and even into 16. The Golf R isn't the sharpest handling hot hatchback on the market, that's down to the Civic Type R, but if you can drive this Golf every day, it won't kill you at the pumps, and when it comes to foul weather, you won't find a more sure-footed companion because it's 4-wheel drive.
Now we're going to have a look at two diesels. These cars actually have the same engines in them. Both of them putting out about 180 horsepower, which is considerably less than the Golf R. But this car looks exactly like the Golf R, only it says GTD on the front. So basically they're both the same model. But where we're actually going to start is the RS, which is the cool car, the biggest car here as well, with the best boot, and probably the best family hatchback.
Use your head and finger at Carstore.ie. Find us in Cork and Dublin.
So I know we're looking at two diesel cars here as well, but the RS is based on the Golf chassis. It's got the Skoda bits inside of it. It's got a Skoda exterior and a much bigger boot than the two Golfs, yet it's related. So let's find out what you get on the inside that's different from the Golf R. Skoda, to give it its proper name, do a little bit of a different job on the interior of these set of cars, but yet it feels very familiar in the Volkswagen range. Still get a T bottom on the steering wheel. This one is a DSG, so this is a full automatic one as well, and it's a 2-litre diesel. But let's just see what other details we can find out in here that's different.
The Octavia may look a bit like a saloon, but it's actually a hatchback with a really big boot. This is a 5-door family hatch with a powerful diesel engine that will keep you entertained. The Octavia is an honest workhorse that will do high mileage with ease and will carry a whole family's worth of stuff in the boot and a whole family in the cabin. It's not going to be the sharpest drive, but there's enough fun in the RS diesel to keep you happy on most roads. And those seats in the front, which are really well sculpted, are just very comfortable on long drives, but they also support you well in corners no matter what happens. There's also plenty of room in the back seat for all the kids' stuff, and no matter where you go, you'll have tons of room in that boot.
So the GTD has the same engine as the Octavia RS, but it's packaged in a different way. So you got a proper hatchback in this one, but it has the same shell exterior as the Golf R, but it's 2-wheel drive. Complicated, I know, but you want to see about fuel economy. Let's have a gander around on the inside, see what you get on the GTD. So the GTD feels very much like the Golf R, and that's because it is. Interior-wise, it's basically the same car. They just changed some numbers down here. There is some extra bits in this one. It's got a DSG box rather than a 6-speed manual. But let's find out what else you can get inside the GTD. That's like a Golf GTI, but also like a Golf R.
GTD is a diesel Golf with better suspension. It hits 100 km an hour in about 7.5 seconds and will do about 5 litres per 100 kilometres. It has the same 184 horsepower engine as a Skoda, and that has 258 foot-pounds of torque. It's a great car, and the Mark 7 and 7.5 were the best versions of this unit. There is a Mark 8, but that will see the end of the diesel units being sold by VW, unless there's a complete U-turn in Europe and we all like diesels again, which is doubtful. The Golf has bags of character and is really worth your time to find one that suits you, because it's been one of the best-selling cars in Ireland for years. The interior of the Golf GTD is very similar to the Golf R and the GTI. It's quite hard to tell them apart by just looking at the interior without looking at the bottom of the steering wheel to tell you what it is. Still, the GTD offers the best fuel economy in the group, and you're going to have the best time in that kind of car.
So the three cars are amazing in their own right. Two of them being diesel, one of them being petrol. Of course, my favourite would be the Golf R, but not everybody can afford the fuel economy behind having a four-wheel drive. So possibly the diesel version would do you well. There's also GTI, which fits in the middle of all of this. It's a complicated lineup, but I fear it'll be the kind of last of those sort of lineups we'll ever see, because we're moving to semi-electric hybrids, electric cars. It's all starting to change now. But those three cars, for me, I would have a Golf R every day, no problem. And after that then, the Skoda Octavia would be my favourite one, because it's just a huge practical hatchback, 2-litre diesel with a bit of performance attached as well. Thank you very much for watching this video from Kearys Car Store. If you're interested in any of the cars or any of the cars you see in the background of this shot, just go to Carstore.ie and put in the cars you're looking for. There's also live chat there to get in touch with people, or just phone us up and come in and have a look around. This is open every day of the week. You can come here to the Dublin office or the Cork office and get in touch with all of the guys here who will happily help you through any questions you have on the cars. You can also get in touch with me, Bob Flavin, if you want. I'm on all the various social media platforms, whatever suits you most. Although Kearys Car Store is the #1 place in the country to get your used car. So get in touch with the boys here, Carstore.ie, or find us on Instagram, Facebook, and now on TikTok.
Use your head and finger at Carstore.ie. Find us in Cork and Dublin.